If you were anything like me when you were young, you probably did something crazy. Most young people, sometimes they act before they think. I remember there was a time when we had a train that was going slow on the tracks, and me and my friends, we would jump on the train, go across the train, jump back on the train, and come back across. I would not dare even think about doing that now. But sometimes when you're young, the only thing you want to do is really have fun. You throw caution to the wind. You don't give much thinking about consequences. The only thing that basically resonates in mind is your ability or your willingness to just make your own choices. But with that being said, the older we get, the more we should learn, the more mature we should become. Scripture avows in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, Paul says that when I was a child, I thought as one, I spoke as one, and I understood as one. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. In other words, the older we get, the more mature we should become. And that means this, the more critical and cautious we should be in making our own decisions or making our choices. With that being said, there are times, and we understand this as we get older, that fun sometimes is overrated. Fun is overrated. I believe in having fun, but I don't believe in having fun at the expense of my future. There are times when fun can be overrated. When you spend a moment of pleasure for a lifetime of pain, fun is overrated. When you mortgage your future at the gratification of the moment of today, fun is overrated. When you throw caution to the wind and do what you want to do, but then you are paying the consequences for the rest of your life, fun is overrated. Some of us are experiencing hardship to our bodies, difficulties in our relationship, a dim horizon for our future, because one of the things that we failed to do was to calculate the decisions in which we made. One of the things that I often tell my kids, and I told them, don't be so readily to invite me into your consequences when you didn't invite me into your choices. Fun can be overrated. And so what that means is think before you act, pray before you act, prepare before you act, and ponder before you act. There are people who had a fling, and all of a sudden now a child is born. There are people who had a fling and now they have contracted something. You had a moment of pleasure, but now there's a burden, there's a badge, there's a scar that you have to carry for the rest of your life. Some perhaps didn't pay bills when they were younger. I was one. The value that I have pertaining to credit now is so much different than I had years ago when I started off. Why is that? Young, immature, not understanding the power of my decisions and not understanding the consequences that would be paid as a result of bad decisions that I made. I wanted to have a lot of fun, didn't want to pay any bills, but I suffered from that. And so it's important to look before you leap. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with having fun, but when fun is overrated, when you're mortgaging your future, when you have to wear a badge of dishonor or disdain for the rest of your life because you had fun and because the moment was good, that was a time when fun was overrated. I pray this word today gave you strength for the journey.